Good morning, everyone. I'm Indra Datta, Director of the School of Mechanical and Materials Engineering. Welcome to the Order of the Engineer induction ceremony for fall 2020. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all our graduating students, their family and friends who have logged into YouTube to be with us today, our speakers during today's program, and the faculty and staff who have joined to celebrate with our students. I'd like to welcome all of MMA's external advisory board members who have joined us on YouTube to support our students. But most particularly, I would like to offer all of you, our MMA students, my heartiest congratulations for having endured the COVID-19 pandemic with courage and fortitude, and for overcoming the many obstacles that you have faced in completing your education with ingenuity and resourcefulness. I also take this opportunity to wish you the very best in all your future endeavors. Today, we will, like many things we've been doing recently, conduct the Order of the Engineer ceremony entirely online. We are very fortunate to have our Dean, Mary Rizak, and one of our eminent external advisory board members, Kerry Dorsch, who's the Executive Director of Advanced Technology and Strategy at HP, join us in this celebration. I'm also very thankful to Professor John Svensson and Professor Dustin McClarty for helping us with the ceremony. Finally, I'd like to thank Ron Ramos, Philanthropic Engagement Officer for VCEA and MME, who will serve as the Master of Ceremonies. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce Ron Ramos, our MC for the afternoon. Thank you very much for attending. All of you welcome, and hope you enjoy the ceremony. Ron, you.
Great, thank you, Dr. Datta, and good morning, everyone. So as Dr. Datta said, my name is Ron Ramos, a member of the development team here at the Voiland College. So a quick exercise for each of you that are graduating. Take a deep breath in and exhale. I want to ask you, did you feel it? I felt this sense of relief. A sense of relief because you've accomplished something great in your academic successful career until now. So on behalf of everybody, I want to first of all congratulate each and every one of you on your incredible success. You know, given everything that has happened in our world over this, what seemed a very long year, your dedication to complete your studies has been put to the fiery test, if we can put it that way. And you have come out successful. So on behalf of all of us, I want to say congratulations. Before we move on with the program, I want to mention a few housekeeping items. First of all, please note that everybody's microphones are muted, except for that of the speaker, to ensure that the speaker is heard clearly by all. Second, during the portion of the program where you take your oath in acceptance of the obligation of an engineer, everybody's microphones will remain muted, and you will be instructed to turn on your camera at the appropriate time to witness each of you ring yourselves. Please also have your certificates in hand, as we will ask you to sign your certificate on camera for all to see. So without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Mary Rizak, our Dean of the Voiland College of Engineering and Architecture, to share a few words. Dr. Rizak?
Thank you, Ron. And yeah, another one of you're still muted. Hopefully those will go away soon and you won't have that part in your lives in the next 6 months, but it's where we are now. So thanks, Ron. Thank you for allowing me to join you all today and to share in the celebration that you are having as you culminate your undergraduate careers here with us at WSU. I feel really honored and privileged to be a part of this and to have been a part of your college experience over the past years, whether that was 1 year or 5 or 6. The partnership that we have had together, I really appreciate and respect the contributions that you have made to us and hopefully the contributions that the college has made to you. I know that this has been a really crazy year, and that y'all have been the ones that have stepped forward and helped each other be successful in these really unusual times. Your laboratory classes and your design classes were unlike any that students have done in the past, and yet they allowed you the opportunity to grow and learn and become more efficient in your engagement through this media. And I am confident that this media will stick with us in some form as we go out into the world. So I hope that these new skills will serve you well in your next steps of your career, whatever that might be. So I wanted to share just a couple of thoughts with you. First, I wanted to congratulate you on the accomplishment and recognize that you will continue to have other accomplishments throughout your career, whether it's your first job or your first promotion or the first paper that you write if you go to graduate school. And as you have those accomplishments, I would encourage you to share those with your network that is a part of this conversation today. Stay connected to each other. Stay connected to the school, and please stay connected to the college. It's so much fun and so rewarding to watch your career progression after you leave us, and to recognize that the College of Engineering and the School of Mechanical and Materials Engineering have had some small part in providing an opportunity for you to go off and be impactful in the world. And so when those things happen, don't only share them with your mom, that should come first, and your dad, but also reach back to us and share them with us, because you never know when the network that you have developed here at WSU will be important for you and can be leveraged for some opportunity in the future. The other thing I will encourage you to do is to continue to learn, whatever that means for you, whether that's formal education or through training at your company, through working side by side with a senior engineer or a project manager. Continue to learn, continue to grow, and continue to develop. There are opportunities for formal engagements with us here at WSU for master's programs in technology management or engineering, but there are opportunities other places too. And so I would just encourage you, as your career progresses, to find the piece of educational learning that is appropriate for you and to take advantage of it. And finally, my advice for you, which I think is really important in the times that we are in, but I think it's important always, is advice that I try to live by myself. And that is respect science, respect nature, and respect each other. And I believe if you do those three things, that you will live up to the expectations that we have for you as engineers and as graduates of the college. And will help us as a society continue to advance and progress. And so with that bit of advice, I just want to say congratulations on your accomplishments. They are significant and impactful, and I am really, really proud to have the opportunity to be a part of this celebration and a part of this transition from student to engineer. So congratulations, go forth, and go Cougs.
Great. Thank you, Dean Rizak. Now I'd like to invite Carrie Dorsch to say a few words. Carrie is a recent addition to our MME Advisory Board. She is a dedicated Coug. She is also currently serving as Executive Director of Advanced Technology and Strategy for HP's print division in Corvallis, Oregon. Having experienced the rigorous journey that a lot of you have experienced going through the MME program here at WSU, Carrie brings a great perspective on transitioning from academia to being a pioneering leader in industry. So Carrie, I give the floor over to you.
Thank you, Ron. Is the slides coming through, or the display settings are probably still off?
Yeah, you have to put it on slideshow mode. Okay.
Thank you. There we go.
No, this is presenter view.
Yep. One of the multiple tricks of multiple clicks.
Good.
All right. Are you seeing the slides good now?
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And thank you for inviting me here today, and congratulations to all the graduates. You've spent the past 4 years educating yourself in preparation for creating the future through engineering. You've solved endless calculus problems. You've studied how to make things move and not move. You've figured out why things break and why things bend. Done many experiments and many lab reports. And as the dean commented, look around this room, even though it's on Zoom here, this is your first engineering network. These are your engineering teammates. And with all that you have accomplished in getting your engineering degree, which I might remind you is more than many could even think of attempting, I suspect that some of you are still uncertain about what comes next. And so today I wanted to tell you that I believe in you, and I want to give you 5 insights that I share to all of my engineering college hires at HP. And I hope this helps you believe in yourself and helps you achieve your potential. The first insight is that it's a show me world. One of my professors gave a statement that has stuck with me since graduate school, and he said, if you build a polished prototype, others will see its flaws. But if you build a rough prototype, others are more apt to see its potential. And what I hope you take from this is that an engineer isn't just a problem solver. An engineer creates the future that many can't see. You need to help people see what you envision as possible. Take them on that journey with you. In early 2000s, I took a piece of fax paper and literally super glued it to the top of a CD, you know, those things that used to have music before the iPod, and did some quick polar coordinate calculations, convinced a software engineer to program a test bed for me, and we rapidly proved that high definition graphics could be printed on the laser, by the laser, on the top surface of a spinning disk. This super simple 1-hour prototype catalyzed what became HP's LightScribe business and helped us regain #1 PC market share in the world. Show me what you see is possible and do it quickly. I believe in you. The second insight is that opportunity hides in the gaps. And it's not, you know, as businessman Robert Kiyosaki had said, it's not what you know anymore, it's how fast can you learn. So you have the fundamentals. You know fluidics, mechanics, thermodynamics. Now I need you to learn history of our products and our problems. Take the time to do this, yet learn fast, because I want you engineering and creating new problems, not old ones. Look at other people's work, learn what they do best, and accelerate your knowledge. Yet always keep your eyes and ears open, as the gaps are where hidden opportunity exists. I had a recent college hire ME come to me with an observation. He'd been designing fluidic architectures for just under a year, and he heard me on several occasions talk to my organization about the need to accelerate our learning cycles, drive efficiencies in our core development so we could reinvest dollars into future innovations. He said, why aren't we using machine learning to improve our design cycle time in our fluidic architectures? He'd been talking to big data guys and data scientists, and he said, like, we're using this all over the place to look at failure modes and usage rates. Why aren't we using it yet in R&D and in the creation of architecture? 6 months later, he just showed me a machine learning algorithm that takes 3 weeks worth of engineering, design, and test and turns it into 3 seconds with predictive analytics. That engineer, just by seeing opportunity in the gap, connecting the latest technology in one area to another, just saved us millions of dollars. money we can reinvest to creating new problems for engineers to solve. I believed in that guy, and I believe in you. The third insight I have for you is to speak a foreign language, and that's the language of business. Okay? And as Warren Buffett said, accounting is that language of business. There is too many wonderful ideas that are killed because of the inability of engineers to speak the language of business. Always be asking yourself, what value am I creating, and how will that value be captured? What problem am I solving that our customers will pay for? What are the unit economics of this product, and can I scale it affordably? How much money, how many people, how much time do you need to make it happen? Then figure out your pitch. Energize leaders behind your idea. Your stories are your social currency, and great ones told to the right audience can move mountains. Speaking the language of business has been one of the greatest catalysts behind my career growth, as I quickly became known as a versatile leader that could lead both technology and business. A blended skill set that grew my confidence in my ability to speak up and to start and drive bigger strategic efforts, and the ability to influence. That ability to influence not only inside the company, but outside the company to drive growth through innovation. Learn the language of business, and leadership will believe in you like I believe in you. The fourth insight is to pick the right problem. Our CTO at HP, Glenn Hopkins, is famous for reminding us every day to not mistake activity for work, work for progress, and progress for impact. You've taken all your required classes and electives. You've solved hard problems, and I'm sure many times we're grateful when the professor gave you some easy ones too. As you enter the workforce, you're going to see more problems than answers. As an engineer, you're trained for that, especially in mechanical and materials. You guys know that entropy will maximize, chaos will reign. Yes, there's always going to be work, and there will always be the demands others place on your time. However, be mindful of the impact you are having with your talent. I encourage you to adapt a practice I try to do each week. First thing Monday morning, ask yourself, what impact am I going to have this week or this day? Then prioritize that impact. For me, it could be that I need my team to feel appreciated. That's the most important thing this week. Or I actually need to prepare for a review with our CEO. Either way, it may mean I don't attend every meeting, or I have to ask for more time to get something else done. Have impact. You have much to contribute. There is noise all around you. Find the signal. Don't let me or anyone else steal your time. I believe in you. And the last insight I want to leave you with today is you'll hear many people talk about work-life balance. My insight for you is that there is no balance. There is only equilibrium. And again, you know that well. For me, I find that there's 3 domains in my life that make up that equilibrium, and I encourage you to find yours. For me, that is the joy of being is found at the center of living faith, cultivating family, and innovating career. As you adventure forward, I leave you, with this last insight. Find your equilibrium. Surge and recover, for joy is at the center, not at the edges. You have all been well prepared, and you are ready. When I went to WSU, I had a t-shirt. I think it might have came from the Society of Women's Engineers. I can't remember, but I had a t-shirt that it said engineering on the front, and on the back it said if it was easy, everyone would do it. That is such a true statement. I believe in you. It's time to go create the future you believe in. And with that, go believe in yourself. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carrie. Those are great insights. I think those are insights that all of us can apply to our everyday life. And so we greatly appreciate your words of wisdom. We will now begin the formal Order of the Engineer induction ceremony. And to do this, I'd like to invite Dr. John Swenson, Assistant Professor of MME, who will read the history of the order, as well as the significance and obligation of the ring. So Dr. Swenson, I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you, Ron. Decades ago, our engineering counterparts in Canada found the need for the introduction of a spirit of community and cohesiveness among engineers. The Canadians believed that a good way to go about achieving this would be to instill in engineers a consciousness of belonging to one another, to themselves as individuals, and to those they serve. The result of this need for community resulted in the Canadian ritual of the calling of an engineer. The words of the ritual were written by the British author Rudyard Kipling. The ritual also included the placing of a wrought iron ring on the small finger of the working hand. Maxims similar to those of Kipling took hold in Ohio, and correspondence between members of the Canadian calling and the then officers of the Ohio Society of Professional Engineers, notably Lloyd Chasey, Homer Borton, and Brooks Ernest, with a view toward extending the Canadian ceremony to the United States. At that time, the expansion was halted due to copyright and other conflicting factors. During 1966, a group of US engineers began to pursue the establishment of what was then known in Ohio as the Order of the Engineer. While this group deliberated, seniors at the Fenn College of Engineering at Cleveland State University, counseled by Dean Burrell Bush, designed and held the first ring ceremony and reception on June 4th, 1970. About 170 engineering seniors and faculty members participated in the ceremony, during which each participant signed a creed and received a stainless steel ring placed on the small finger of the working hand. A second ceremony was held in Akron, Ohio in February 1971, which included seniors at the University of Akron and practicing engineers. Since then, the order has grown to include tens of thousands of members inducted at local links or local chapters established in nearly every state in the Union. Although patterned after the Canadian concept, the Order of the Engineer has differences that are distinctively associated with the United States of America. We ask that you accept with pride the meaning and purpose of the ceremony in which you are about to participate, to uphold the standards and integrity of the engineering profession. I will now explain the significance of the obligation and the ring. Candidates for the order, guests and friends who are watching. The Order of the Engineer, to which you will soon belong, is an independent organization. Its purpose is to foster a feeling of pride in and dedication to that profession which binds us together. The order is symbolized by the acceptance of an obligation and the wearing of a stainless steel ring on the little finger of the working hand. There are no meetings other than the ceremony, and there are no dues. The obligation to which you will soon subscribe is a composite of several creeds. It emphasizes the fact that we, as engineers, have certain obligations. It promotes honesty and integrity and recognizes that today's engineers are dependent upon their predecessors for the skills they have learned. The significance of what you are about to say and do might be expressed in this manner. I am an engineer. I have an obligation to my profession. My desire is to apply the golden rule, our code of ethics, to the practice of my profession. My obligation is the yardstick of my professionalism. And my professionalism means to me that I will never ask myself the question, how much do I get out of it? But rather that I will ask, how much can I give? The symbol of the desire to be a giver is the engineer's ring. The ring says to all who see it, here is an engineer, possessed of a publicly avowed dedication to his profession and the public it serves. I now ask Dr. Dustin McClarty, Assistant Professor of MME, to call the names of the assembled engineers to read the obligation in unison. Please prepare by directing your attention to the oath you were provided. Dustin?
Thank you, John, and thank you, Carrie, for that incredible Believe in Yourself pep talk. I'm energized. So today we'll first read the oath together, and although your microphones are muted, you must recite the oath along with me. Once we're done, I'll list the name of inductees. And after all the names have been called, I'll ask you to switch on your camera so that we can view the inductees and watch you ring yourselves. So at this time, if in unison, please read along after me. I am an engineer. In my profession, I take deep pride. To it, I owe a solemn obligations. As an engineer, I pledge to practice integrity and fair dealing, tolerance and respect, and to uphold devotion to the standards and the dignity of my profession. Conscious always that my skill carries with it the obligation to serve humanity by making the best use of the earth's precious wealth. As an engineer, I shall participate in none but honest enterprises. When needed, my skill and knowledge shall be given without reservation for the public good. In the performance of duty and in fidelity to my profession, I shall give my utmost. The following students are the newest inductees to the Order of Engineer after completing their academic program with the School of Mechanical Material Engineering. Receiving their doctoral degrees, we have Pan Pan Dong and Zhuai Zhang. Receiving their master's degrees, we have Arumla Lere Adamas and Yanang Li. The following students have all received a Bachelor's of Science degree in either mechanical or materials engineering with various minor degrees. We have Ahmed Al-Balushi, Drew Botner, Cody Christensen, Sean Dimmer, Nicholas Fasano, Rebecca Flint, Joshua Godin, Jose Gonzalez, Caitlin Grover, Leif Harfus, Lance Harris, Avery Herbert, Tarun Isaac, Michael Lewis, Ryan Magoon, Andy May, Benjamin Onisor, Isidro Pantoja Garcia, David Pedraza, Christopher Perry, Blake Peters, Ton Pham, Joseph Ponte, Tanner Pope, Lindy Riddell, Marcelo Ruiz, Riley Sachuda, Matthew Schock, Christopher Smith, Austin Strum, Kyle Tank, Mary Glenn Wilson, Anna Yurkin, and congratulations to all our mechanical and materials graduates from 2020. So, inductees, please turn on your cameras, and once your cameras are on, I'll instruct you to ring yourselves. Excellent, looks like we have everyone. Inductees, please ring yourself by placing your ring on the 5th finger of your dominant hand, and then please sign your certificate. This certificate is your creed. It bears your name and signature. It is your pact with your profession. Display it publicly. The ring is a reminder of our calling. Wear your ring proudly. You are an engineer. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you so much, Dr. McClarty. And thank you, everyone, faculty, staff, family, and friends, as well as our guests for joining us today. Most deservedly, we want to congratulate each and every one of you who have taken the oath today. The same drive and dedication that has led you to this point in your life will lead you into the next phase in your career. We believe that wholeheartedly. We encourage you to keep in touch with WSU, but specifically with MME, as you progress through your successful career as an engineer. We would love to hear of your successes and discover ways that we could partner together for the good of all those who will follow in your footsteps. So thank you, everyone. This concludes our program. And as always, go Cougs.